Amblyopia, in layman's term, is lazy eye. Okay? That is the confusing part. A lot of people think lazy eye is misalignment of the eye, like duling or banlag. But actually, lazy eye refers to an eye that doesn't see well or doesn't see perfectly even with the correct pair of glasses or contact lens or correction. So it refers to the vision. So as long as the person is not seeing perfect 20/20 with any form of correction, then it means they have amblyopia or lazy eye. Well, there are several causes of amblyopia. Okay? Well, first of all, we have to understand that development of vision starts from birth up to around 7 or 8 years old. So that's the most critical time for visual development. We have to make sure that the child at that point sees very, very well. Within that period of time, the child doesn't see perfectly. What happens there is that they may develop amblyopia. So whatever the eye sees is passed on to the brain. So brain is like a bank. It would accept whatever you deposit it, you have deposited to it. Okay. So if you keep on giving the brain a blurred vision, whenever you're gonna see already or look already, then it will be blurry. Well, amblyopia can be caused by several things also. Whatever makes the vision blurry for a child will cause amblyopia. For example, error of refraction. If the child has a grade, then if it is significant, meaning it's high, then of course their vision without glasses will be blurry. And if you don't treat that early, don't give them glasses early, it will always be blurry, and later on, they will now have amblyopia. Number 2, if the child has a cataract. So if the child has a cataract, their vision becomes blurry. So if you don't treat the cataract early, if you let the cataract stay there, especially if it is a cataract wherein the entire lens is already completely white. If you leave it like that, even if you remove the cataract later on when they're, a lot older, their vision might not improve to normal anymore because amblyopia has set in. Okay? If, for example, they have anything inside the eye that causes blurring, like, for example, a scar there. So if there's a scar, of course, they won't see very well. So that can also lead to amblyopia. So the most important thing whenever it comes to amblyopia is really the early detection so that we can improve their vision. Vision can be improved as long as, or most of the time, if it is related to error of refraction or like a treatable condition like a cataract. As soon as you detect amblyopia, you should treat it already. Okay? If it is caused by error of refraction, so definitely you need to give them glasses. Okay? Now, if there is a discrepancy in the vision, like for example, one eye is clearer, one eye is more blurry, then we also have to do what we call patching. So patching means we cover the better eye. Because for amblyopia to heal or to be treated or their vision to get better, the child has to use that eye. So if one eye is blurry, even if you give them glasses, the child would still use the clearer eye. It's actually not the child, deliberately doing it. It's their brain. So if one eye is clearer, their brain would still prefer to use that eye. So even with the correct glasses, the weaker eye doesn't improve. So what you need to do is you need to cover the better eye so that you have to force the child, in other words, to use the weaker eye, and in that way the vision will improve. A lot of people or parents think that a child cannot be examined when it comes to the eyes. They always think that how can he be examined? He doesn't even talk. So even if the child doesn't talk yet, what we would do is we would check the grade of the eyes. So of course, if the grade is very high, then we would already know that, oh, this child is not seeing well. As long as you notice any unusual behavior, then you should bring the child in already, even if they're as young as babies or 1 year old. If there is no unusual symptom, then the ideal age would be around 3 or 3.5. So at that age, most likely we can get vision. We can have the child talk already, check their vision. And of course, we also check their grade and go from there.